All right, so welcome to episode 1 of 25 Days of Fencing. So hopefully, you guys can get all your fencing in for Christmas. I will attempt to be giving you guys a daily upload from December 1st to December 25th. So please enjoy, and why not start with a really good bout by Cuomo from Italy. And Tulin's also no one. He's really no one to be messed around with. He's super strong on the blade and a very active fencer. So let's have a look. I think these are two really good styles to go up against each other. And yeah, let's start learning. I really think Cuomo's like he's got one of the best fleches in the game. So let's have a look here. And if you do have videos, right? I got to get through 25 videos. Hop in on the Discord and hopefully I'll be able to get to the about you want to see analyzed. So this is really good flesh. Let's back it up real quick. Right, and it's interesting. So, right, as Tulin kind of does his little half step, right, Tulin comes back into the distance. Right, look down here. Boom. Finishes a step. And Cuomo started. Tulin looks for the 8. He pumps back and hits him. Just very casual. And the nice thing when you do a nice pump like that is the parry in front of you is almost irrelevant. Because no matter what, you're just taking everything out of the way. And I would expect we're going to see I'm not sure actually. Let's see. Ooh. It's a shame that this bar is here is. So let's look how close both were, right? Boom. Really close, really close. And Cuomo's really good at just going all in on someone's step forward. As I say that. So let's look. Same kind of deal as before. Tulin steps in. Brings his back foot to be planted. And same thing. Tulin, boom, boom. Look at that. That same 8 gets hit. This is a very hard action to do with confidence. What's important is that you get that point in line and to really draw out the reaction. And on top of that, you really got to do it when you know your opponent's foot's going to be planted. Ooh. So what did he abuse here? So Cuomo's bouncing 6. Just, wow, just barely hits him. So here, a good read on Cuomo's bounces. And right away, it looks like he hits him with the... Oh, so this one, he just went straight, and it wasn't, like, particularly smooth. Just caught him sleeping. This wasn't, like, a particularly special hit. He just kind of checked if Tulin was awake. The answer was no. Oh, I like this. I like this feint here. Let's watch it real quick. All right, so go in, a little flick, just to see. We know Tulin's still looking for that 8. This kid in the background is really hyped for Saklosi, but let's be real, who isn't? So overall, like, it's not a super dramatic first period, but it's still, there's... So really good by Tulin here. So they go in, they both kind of miss. But then Tulin knows he's kind of disadvantaged, slides over. No body contact, barely anything, so no cards given. Oof. Let's look. So being pressured here in the back is really scary, especially against a guy like Tulin, because every time you step forward, this guy is looking for your blade. Grabs the 6, barely gets out of distance, and they just both flick it in. So the first one missed, and then they're both really good fencers, so naturally they're gonna find a way to finish that touch. As a righty against a lefty, I just love card flicking. Right, like you're in trouble, just card flick. Oh, something happened. Oh, on the prep. So a lot of people, right, in the last 5 seconds, they're sleeping. And sometimes you'll try a bit of a risk. Let's look here, right? Just to see, and Cuomo's ready till the last second. So big jump here from Tulin. And just wasn't quite ready. Beautiful. Like this is why Cuomo's so good. Like he was ready from the beginning to the end. A lot of people in that 5 seconds, they just kind of back up and let it ride. So here I think, right, if I'm Cuomo, I'm going to try, like, I guess they're both going to be fighting here to assert some dominance. So I think that's what should be happening. I would imagine Tulin's going to keep pushing to the back, but not too hastily. And I think that Cuomo would try to do the same. So he tried it again. So and this is the danger when you try to do the drawer pull. Where you go in. If it's anything that's not a parry, you get impaled. So really good read by Tulin. Instead of looking for that parry, he just told himself, if I don't feel it, I'm just going to go for the counter. Well read. So pretty slow pressure by Tulin, right? Slowly going forward. I haven't seen too many. Like Cuomo's kind of like hopping in here and there, but nothing too assertive so far. Because here's where it's scary for anyone. Oh, so this is really smart. So he's getting push. Right, so here, when you've got someone at the back here, right here, Cuomo has nothing to do. If he goes back, he's a fish. He's a fish in a barrel, and then Tulin can control whatever happens when he's going forward. And by the time Cuomo realizes how much space he has, he's like, I got to do something. Tulin's already on top. Too late. So really, really well fenced. And it's not like a super deep plunge or anything, but he just creeped. And when he knew he was strong, he closed. Right? Pressure doesn't just mean you're shoving someone to the back of the piece right away. That can happen over the whole minute until passivity happens. Oh, let's see why that one missed. I thought Tulin is point in line. He was a little... it's because he went... Really good timing by Cuomo. He did Tulin, I guess with the camera it's hard to see, but Tulin went for a flick in, and not so good. Cuomo went for the direct. Alright, so... Oh, like Cuomo just reads these timings so well. A lot of people don't have the guts to close these out. And if you want to practice things like that, you really have to tell yourself, alright, I'm fencing my opponent, and when I will force him to eventually make too big of a step, and then you just choose your moment. But you have to live and learn. Like, you're gonna eat shit. Like, a lot of times at practice, right, you will make these mistakes, but that way when these moments happen, you'll feel it and you'll just get it. And he's just reading that Tulin's not ready. And so Tulin knows that like, he's getting caught sleeping, as it were. So it's time to take a little breather. And I encourage you to apply that in your own bouts. If you're not quite feeling it, take a second. Take 2, take 20. Walk to the back of the strip, fix your shoe, fix your weapon. And it's mesmerizing to watch. I'm really liking this bout. Oof. And the mechanics, it's a hop, and a double. But Tulin's now, like, he really doesn't want to get caught sleeping. You can tell he's been really attentive with his tip. A lot less blade heavy, just looking to place his tip. Ah, beautiful. So this is what should have happened the first time. So if, right in the first 10 seconds, Cuomo stat checks him, and just a pretty standard parry riposte. Ooh. So like this is really nice, but obviously I don't think it's something he necessarily meant to do, right? It's just he tries it and he gets it. A lot of these, right, just like he knew he was relatively safe, right? The Cuomo's tip is just up here, right? It's on his way back. He just gives it a little try. Boom. For a lot of ways to practice this is just you got to practice your lessons to hit just here, right? You get put on a coaching sleeve on your friend, just boom, 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 boom. If you have to think about this hit, you're doing it wrong. It's just a little attempt. It was about a super close. Let's skip. Overall here, I think we're still going to see like Tulin going to keep trying to take pressure. Cuomo's going to try to get his flesh to work. But right, other than that, right, we haven't seen much other than a flesh out of Cuomo. So I'm curious if we're going to see something else, right? Some counter repose. Maybe the toe hit's finally going to go in. And you'll notice here, look where Tulin's fencing. Tulin's on the way on the edge here. Cuomo's all the way here. What does that mean? So if Cuomo fleshes, he can get a remise on the outside more. And Tulin can, well, do the same thing, right? But also Cuomo can't just step off after his flesh. So it's I'd be curious to see if this was on purpose or not, right? And then it kind of like makes it seem like the body's more opened up. So maybe Cuomo's seeing that this angle might be good for his flesh. Oh, so here the danger. So the drawer pull. Draw pull. We're 2 for 2 now. 2 were good, 2 were punished. Really good. Like, that tip penetration by Tulin. So good adaptation. Like, Tulin just decided to be very, very ready, stop looking for the blade, and just really go look for the hit. What I mean by that, right, is like, instead, right, when someone's attacking you, you're not necessarily looking to block the blade, but imagine, right, his tip as like a string pulled to his shoulder. You just pull that, and then the tip goes there. Not sure what happened. Maybe one of them stepped off, but... So Cuomo's really struggling to set up his hits now. So Cuomo's the one pressuring now. He's... I think... Ooh, we saw the toe hit finally work. So I was going to say, if... Ooh, just barely. So this sequence is really nice. So push. Right, so you push, Tulin releases. Things kind of reset now. Right, and now you wait, and you're still at a far distance. So both of them are super ready. And as soon as there's even a slight release, see there, boom, Cuomo hits it. That was a really, really, it was relatively safe. He went for it, right? But it was just as soon as like boom, tension, really, oh crud. Cuomo really picked his moment here. That was fantastic. So I have a feeling, right, that's what we said earlier. Look at that. Boom. Gets to 4, but because he stood here, he was able to get this remise in. Look at where he is on the strip. Right, he's here. As a lefty, right, all this is open. Boom. Really well done. What? Wait, it's not good? I thought... I don't see the... She calls halt before anything. Did he step out? Really? What? Wait, why? Because she calls halt for something else right away. Oh. That's unfortunate. So, Tulin steps out, halt. Unfortunate. So I thought it was a good hit, but technically the ref is correct. Ah, so now I was a little tilted. Ooh. So the distance saved him there. Look for the blade. Yeah, releasing the distance, right? Even though he moved the blade, the distance changed, and then he was still able to find something. So Cuomo was a little annoyed with himself. So this is a really good read. So like Cuomo's like, a lot of times when he's been releasing pressure, he drops his hand and Tulin goes in straight, relatively speaking. So let's see. Do we go into overtime? Let me know in comments. Do you think this is going in overtime yet? or if we're gonna get some fencing. Let's fast forward. Yeah, after pass. So I thought Phil keep pushing. Oh, the needless risk. There was room to go back, and he gets counterattacked. Right, so the distance, beautiful. But like now they're far, and Cuomo still has room to go back. So that was a really risky thing to go for. Step, one tempo, best tempo. This is solid 2 tempo, boom. And he goes out. Just a little too far, and Cuomo still had room to go back. So if you're like me and you said overtime, because I had not watched this bout, it's a rare time where I don't watch the bout before I do the review. This is likely over. Yeah, so then it's over. So not like, obviously we can hyper fixate on the last hit. Like, admittedly, that's what didn't take him to priority. That was a really good bout. So Tulin like got himself out of trouble, and then he got like just a little distracted at the end. So guys, remember, if there's any bouts you want to see, please join the Discord. I have a dude who's just spamming videos, so I don't think it'll be too hard to find 25 videos by then. But as always, I appreciate each and every one of you watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and let's move on to the next video. Day 2 coming up.